Hey, this will be a video chart on JBII. Been a while since I've checked this one out, but it was popping up some scanners and so forth, which makes sense because looking at this volume, you can see that things have picked up quite a bit recently. It's been a very long time, scrunching up the chart since the chart has seen this sort of amount of shares traded, and the price is moving along with it, so that's a good sign. As I've said in the past, there's nothing worse than seeing above average volume like this and then having the price either go sideways or worse yet down. Not the case here. The price has been going up in correlation with the volume, which is, like I said, a positive sign. So it's worth at least putting it on the radar and seeing if it can continue. Still some work to be done, but overall the chart I think is worth at least kind of talking about here. So the first thing I want to map out is the basis of the pattern that we have going right now, and that is simply the idea of higher lows. You can see that essentially, and I'll just get real detailed here. On this day, put in a low here. When it came down here, is this low slightly higher than that one? Then here is this low slightly higher than these two, and then you got a whole little kind of conglomerate of lows over here. But if we just look at that one, once again, a little bit higher than all these ones. So at the end of the day, what the trend line is just simply telling us is that over time, essentially the past 2 months, the price has slowly and quietly been creeping up. So this is going to be one of the key areas of support, being our trend line support. The other part of this pattern is going to be the area of resistance, which has kind of plagued this chart for the past couple months also, and that's up here at this 90-cent level. You can see that, first I'll get this changed to red for resistance. You can see that going back through the history of the chart here, knocked down the price 2 days in a row here. These days didn't quite get up to that level, but close enough to show that this area was resistance. And then even yesterday, yes, the price did get above it intraday, but since we're using a daily chart, we care about where the close was. And intraday was able to get above it, but by the time the closing bell rang, you can see that the price had pulled back since then. So 90 cents is going to be the key area of resistance. And what we have going on here is an ascending triangle, meaning that we have a static area of resistance, meaning that as time changes, this level stays the same at 90 cents. But down here we have our dynamic support, meaning that as time changes, this level gets higher and higher. And you can see that the space will eventually get closer and closer, and then a decision needs to be made. But it's only Tuesday and we have 3 days left, so potentially a breakout coming from this 90-cent level. If that were to happen, then resistances get pretty thin. Have one right here at $1, and then the next one out up here to $1.10. So when you have these 10-cent gaps like that in resistance levels, that can make for some nice percentages. But obviously one step at a time, still got to get through this 90-cent level. But if volume can stay above average like it's been, I don't see why not. If I had one thing I'd say is if it can get through there sometime this week, I'd like to see a day where it's up over 250,000 shares traded. If it can break through and the price goes back down, obviously the price is king, but you'd like to see some volume support any sort of that action. But overall, chart's looking very good. Nice little kind of trampoline effect since it came down here by this support level, and we'll see what happens. It is going to be a dogfight, though. You can see that not only do we have this resistance level here, we also have this 50-day simple moving average hanging right around the same area. So kind of like a double whammy right now. But the good news with double whammies and stuff like that is, on the flip side, if you can beat them, usually there can be some big moves that follow. So it's a wait and see right now. But overall, I'm sure nobody's complaining if they were accumulating down in this area. But from a pattern perspective, it's getting there, but not quite there yet. But like I said, there is still 3 days left this week, so maybe something more will happen. But we will just have to wait and see. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. And with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It's all free, no strings attached. We've been making some good money together on our alerts, so I'd encourage you to head to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was JBII. Thanks for listening.